All right, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce you to Chef K. He's out here in Kumasi, Ghana at Barbecue City. He's the founder and owner of Barbecue City in Kumasi. He moved from Canada all the way back to Ghana. Been there about 5 years. He's doing his thing. You can find them at Barbecue City on Instagram or Barbecue City GH at Twitter. And with no further ado, Chef K, welcome.
Thank you, brother. It's a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm very, very excited to talk to you because we had a chance to speak a little bit on Instagram. And, you know, I was like hearing so many good things. I was like, man, we got to get this on a recording because it's like gold. It's like gems. So
no doubt. Likewise, bro.
Yeah, man. So what happened was I first heard about you on Wody Maya's YouTube channel. And, you know, he's been a big inspiration running around all of Africa and Ghana. And, you know, my dad is from the Republic of Benin, Cotonou in Lagos. He grew up in a small town called Sakate in Benin. And, you know, I grew up in the States. And, you know, I'm always looking at Africa. I've always been thinking about Africa my whole life and just staying connected, of course. And but to see our generation doing all of this, it's exciting, man. So just give the people a little bit about kind of what inspired you to come back, because I know that they said you said you moved away when you were younger. About what age did you move away and then came back?
Okay, so obviously I was born in Ghana, right? But I lived here until about 10 years old, 9 to 10. And my mom brought me to Canada when I was 10 years old. So I was there most of my life. At least I spent over 20 years in Canada.
20,
right?
okay.
So, so my whole life, basically my whole life was there.
Okay,
so I was used to the system, how everything worked out. But, you know, something in me didn't feel at home, you know, like,
I feel you.
Like I just, something about the system and the way things are run and the way you're perceived and you're looked at, the way people look at you, and, you know, like it's like you gotta hurdle through so many obstacles just to make ends meet. And just so many things led to another. And, you know, me being the type of man I am, I'm always thinking ahead, right? So something came to me and told me that, bro, what you're doing here, if you were to put the same energy where you're from, I'm pretty sure you'll be ahead 10 times by now, right? So that was basically my inspiration. Yeah, I felt like whatever I was doing there, if I was to do the same thing in Ghana, it would go a lot further.
Right? Got you. Now, you were in Toronto? Is that where you were?
Yeah, Toronto, Canada,
Yeah, I lived about 8 years in New York City from about 2007 to 15. Well, 2007 to 14, 7 years, 7.5 years. And it was cold. It was cold. I liked it, but it was cold. Now, did the cold ever bother you?
New York City is cold, but you don't know Canadian cold, bro.
Okay, I imagine. Yeah.
Different type of cold,
but you
I never.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
No, you got accustomed to it.
Yeah, and I never got used to the cold. Ever.
Oh, so you never did get accustomed to it?
No, every single winter I would cry. Like,
wow.
It felt like my first time every single time. It was just, I never got used to it, bro.
Well, you see the name of my show, Sun Chasing Success, and that's one of the things that, you know, I want to bring about is just that love for the warm weather, the sun. I mean, West Africa is all about that, you know. So I think that plays a part in when we talk about happiness and success, right? I think these are some of the things that I want to bring out, that, you know, success isn't just the money. It's not just the achievement. It's the feeling every day when you wake up, your environment, the people around you, what project you're working on, whether you feel a sense of purpose, you know, and I think that must be a connection that you have there. Was there anything that you read or listened to or people that inspired you to look a little bit deeper for that connection?
Okay. I'm a very simple person, you know, like the only book I actually do get into really is biblical text. To be
Okay.
honest, I know
Okay.
it might sound a little for say, but I'm a
No,
Bible
it is
person.
what it is. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm a Bible person. So, you know, when you growing up in North America, right, especially for us,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to find out, or it's hard to realize where you're from, right?
Yeah.
Everything is a lie. Everything is a facade. They make it seem like you don't have a history. The only history you have is slavery, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I was asking questions from a very young child, like, why is it that every single thing I can relate to when it comes to the Black history has to do with slavery? Slavery,
Yeah.
the only thing, and where were we before slavery? Because there must have been some part of our lives where we were free, right?
Right,
And
right.
that was always my question. And the only answer to those questions, you can't find that in any other book except for the Bible. Like, so, yeah, yeah. You know, everybody has their way of finding the knowledge, right? Some people find
Absolutely.
it here, some people find it there.
That's
Exactly.
why I
So,
asked, bro. That's why I asked. Yeah.
yeah, exactly,
So you
exactly.
had
So
this
that's
quest
the
for this
thing about me.
freedom. You're thinking like there has to be a, the idea of freedom. I remember growing up hearing there was a book called Europe, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. And my dad had a shelf with all kinds of books about these things. And I was curious too, why are we on the bottom? Like what happened? Like
Yeah,
why
yeah, it
looking
made
at
no
our
sense.
people like economically, right? But then I saw the people happy and I said, wait a minute, there's something more to this story, but it never
Exactly,
was
exactly,
presented in school or any type of formal information.
exactly, bro. Exactly.
So yeah, so coming up, so you had this in the back of your mind. Now, what was your training in terms of like skills, and what did you think you wanted to do growing up in Canada? Like, okay, I'm going to start working or start life. What did you think you wanted to do, business or professionally, to start?
Okay, well, I went to school for engineering, right?
Okay.
I went to school for mechanical engineering. That was basically like I was doing air distribution, HVAC, right? That was my
Wow.
trade. That's what I wanted to do because I remember we had a career day in grade 9. You can hear the chicken clucking in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Like, that's fresh. That's live. Hey, man, that's the authentic. Yeah.
We had a career day in grade 9. And I remember a whole bunch of people came to tell us what they do. And this one guy came and he was at air distribution. He was doing HVAC. So I asked him, how much money do you make a year?
Uh-huh.
And he told me he makes anywhere from 80 to $100,000 a year.
Okay.
And that just hit me. Just the money alone hit me because I was a man. I grew up in poverty, single mother home. I didn't have too much, right? All I had to look forward to was what I'm gonna be when I grow up. How
Right.
much money I'm gonna make when I grow up to be able to take care of my family, my mother, make sure
Right.
she was able to live comfortably. You know, so when I heard the amount of money he makes, I said, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But with that being said, my passion was cooking. I love to cook.
Ah, so you
I
had that passion then, the cooking.
Oh yeah, from I
Got
worked
you.
in over 20 restaurants, 20 different restaurants, right?
Wow, wow.
Yeah, from the age of 14, I've been working in a restaurant,
Now
right?
see,
I've been working in a
that's
restaurant
yeah.
my whole life. So
That's a key
my
point.
passion was cooking.
Yeah. I think that's a key point. Like so we have these things like for me growing up, I was always writing. I was always communicating. I listened to hip hop music. I was with the poetry, the words. My dad had the books. My mom
Yeah,
had the art. So these ideas, I think, run parallel. Same thing with me. I was at a school studying economics in college, and I'm looking at these bankers coming in. I just couldn't see myself in those roles. So I feel like that's similar to what you're saying. It's like you saw it as
exactly.
an opportunity, but then you have this. It's like, okay, I'll do that to make the money, but I'm over
Yeah,
here. I'm getting down this cooking. I enjoy this. This is like more,
yes, yes.
connected to me. So okay, so then you went out. You got the you went to school for it and everything. And how far did you go with that before you hit like, okay, something's got to change?
I went to school for it. I got my diploma. I graduated. I got a career. I was actually working for one of the best air distribution companies in North America.
Oh, so
Actually, the
you
best.
were already in it. You got all the way in
Oh yeah,
it.
I'm really professional. So like whenever I get